This episode of Disruption Nation is sponsored by Jpar, Chris Sears Group. Enjoy. Welcome back. We're live at Taylor Waithoff for Disruption Nation. This is a show podcast platform where we showcase people that are disrupting their space in a positive way. And Cynthia is doing that on a lot of fronts in one of my favorite places on planet Earth. We're here in Galveston Island on 61st Street. HookSouth.com, Hook South Studios. And man, I'm excited to be here. So her husband's actually, owns the studio, and a fishing guide. It's going to take myself, my family, my boys, my dad. He taught me how to fish when I was a kid, and it's special to be here on a lot of fronts. My grandfather, he was BOI. He literally lived on 61st Street. My great grandparents had a grocery store on 61st Street, and my grandfather lived right above the grocery store, right here. And all these graves up and down 61st Street. He used to tell me when I was a kid, he'd get paid $0.25 per grave. That's what he did when he was a kid.
Whoa!
Yeah,
what a story!
Anyway,
wow.
Inflation is, people. You don't even think about 25 cents anymore. So, but anyways, thank you for being on. So let me tell you a little bit about Cynthia because this is impressive. #1 agent on Galveston.com,
Galveston.com.
Number one realtor on the island. So that's saying a lot right there. Been licensed since 19. And you've lived down here a little bit before that, since 17. And why real estate? Why on the island? This is like a vacation spot, for a lot of people. But you're living down here, and working full time. So
absolutely, yeah. So we were living downtown Houston. My job previously was working at the Harris County Jail. Now, when the criteria is to be close to your work, so you're living near the jail, we had a place underneath 59, Cement City, like on the edge of 5th Ward, and it was, one block this way. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, I believe you. Yep.
The Bloody Nickel. That's what they would call it.
The Bloody Nickel. Okay, I was going to go concrete jungle, but all right.
Yeah, so you know how those pivotal points in your life? Well, I lost my job at the jail.
What'd you do?
I know, right? Yeah.
People do bad things and they go to jail.
Yeah, they ATW'd me all the way out. So it wasn't just me.
Admittance to the world, by the way.
It was what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
It wasn't just me. It was the whole chaplaincy department. New sheriff in town, and when the new sheriff came in, the first thing that they do, they look at the line items. Chaplaincy was the first thing to go. Yeah. And so me and our whole department,
Dang.
I know. And that was my identity. That was my life. That was what I was doing. We came to Houston, my husband and I, for that position. I left a church job in Dallas, my whole comfy office,
How long were you a chaplain?
I was a chaplain for 4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yeah, here in Houston. Yeah, so after that, I think it was like 2015 that happened. So we were still living downtown. My husband had a communication company at the time, startup, so he was running that. And, we were just grinding. And at the jail, I got real unhealthy. And so, when I left the chaplaincy, I was just like, you know what, Cynthia? What do you want to do? You've been in the ministry for 15 years, and I got real unhealthy. I just wasn't feeling good. It was stressful being at the jail. So I Googled how to become a personal trainer. Total random. You didn't know that piece. Yeah. So, I was the oldest one there at the school. I was the heaviest. I threw up on my first day. If you can, just working out at the core gym.
And stuck with it, obviously.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Just worked it out. And so, long story short, in 2017, my husband, he's like, you know what? He got a bad report from the doctor. He wants to come fishing, and I want to come be a personal trainer. So that's what we did. We moved to the island, just reinvented ourselves. We just, donated everything that we had, went tiny, bought a 450 square foot fifth wheel, It was nice.
Awesome.
It had 4 pop-outs, you know. We parked it at Tiki Tom's, and I became a personal trainer on the island, and Anthony became a fishing guide.
Yeah, respect. I love it. Like that's like life goals, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. My grandparents retired down here. It's like I know a few other awesome, cool couples like yourself that live here or in Tiki, and I just think it's a great lifestyle. And if you can enjoy where you are, but not be retired and still enjoy your work and be in the same place, you guys get it figured out. I think better than most people. All right, so shout out to Chris Sears, Jpar Sears Group, by the way.
Hi, Chris.
Yep, and so Pat, you're a pastor, Church of this.
Church of the Living God.
Okay, I didn't want to mess that up.
Yeah, so we do celebrate recovery there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about your nonprofit because you were telling me a little bit before the show, struggles in the 20s, and so now it's called the Recovery Chick.
Recovery Chick, yeah.
Okay.
Recoverychick.com.
So what inspired it, and or tell us about it.
Yeah, so as I was a chaplain at the jail, you can imagine I would have these women for a long time. They would, just be on fire for God, things of God, purpose, plan, get out, and I'd see them again. I'm like, what are you doing back here?
Man,
they're in my office, like, I can't believe I'm back in jail. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
No safe housing. Like, they had to go back to the old people, places, and things. And I was like, you know what? This is just ridiculous. And so when we came here, it was just a burning desire for me to provide safe, accessible, quality housing for women who needed a second chance. A lot of these women have been affected by sex trafficking. If you can imagine, 96% of women who have been sex trafficked have substance abuse problems. So I was like, you know what?
96, that's nuts.
96%. That's nearly everyone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a house. So we've opened several houses. I have 4 doors that provide sober living for women.
It's huge. I mean, I know how bad it is. Houston, right? It's one of the worst in the nation.
Sex traffic hub, yeah. It's
is it top 5? I mean, or is it the worst? I mean, I know it's one of the worst. I know it's terrible.
It is. It is. So
they don't talk about it too much. I mean, it is talked about. There are organizations, obviously, like yours, but I just feel like the normal local news is murders and break-ins and bad stuff. But I feel like that one's that's almost worse in my opinion. I don't know. I'd like to see it get more attention, so I'm happy to hear you talk about the Recovery Chick and what you're doing.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and on a personal note, our lives are formed from our experiences, right? A lot of the times, and what we get free of, what we overcome, God will use that in our lives to help others. And so, early in my 20s, in my teens and 20s, it happened to me. It happened to me at the age of 15. And I thought it was, my boyfriend, but it was a grown man, So from 15 to 29, I lost my way in a bad way. And I always have to bring my faith in, Taylor, because without God in my life, I would likely be dead, and I wouldn't be sitting here with you today doing anything, disrupting nothing, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so I like to say it, I made it out, and so can you. And when these women hear me talk, they look at me, they will not, nobody would know my testimony unless I shared it with them.
Right.
Or if they Googled me, they might find it. But but I share my story. Once they start talking, they're like, listen, how did you get out, and how can I? And I freely share my story. I'm not anonymous. I'm not ashamed. It was what it was, and now I'm a new creation, and I make it real hard for women to die in drug addiction when I'm around.
Gotcha. You can be the inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Through your story, you thought you had it bad. This is what happened to me, type of thing, and just like hit them. Yeah. With just real life testimonial logic. It's hard to. You can't argue with logic.
You can't. You can't. You show them how much you care, and then they care how much you know. Just like anything. So we have a house here in Galveston. I opened up the first house in 2017.
Okay.
Judy's house was named after my mom.
Oh,
my mom passed, so it's her legacy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
She passed in 2017. We opened the house. We just bought a new house. Thank you, real estate.
Where is it?
It's on 49th and 0.5 here in Galveston.
Okay.
So we bought that, renovated it, just moved the women in there October 15th. So we, the place we were renting, we moved him into our own house. Yay!
Yeah.
A lot of support from the churches and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's a cute little house. I mean, actually, it's a big house. So we have 10 beds in there. We have 6 souls living in there right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I just, I was over there this weekend doing some more decorating.
So when they move in, are they there for how long?
As long as it's a good fit.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, it's
Yeah.
like, look, we're here, support and love, and then whenever you're ready to, pack up and move on, if you want to, you can.
Yeah.
But we got the support.
And that's our goal. Get on your feet. Go, get into the next stage of your life. We're there to support. We call it safe, accessible housing for, that's what we provide. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good deal. And so let's see. Back to business. 47 deals last year. $10 million closed last year.
Yeah.
And was that all on the island, or do you have some business in town? Or?
I have some business in town. Galveston County. I do some stuff in Houston, and I've got some investors that I work with, wherever. Yeah.
I'm curious. What was number 2? Galveston.com. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Number 2 was.
Well, Anthony was ragging about you before we started. Said that whatever it was pretry far behind you, and so they're just like,
nobody cares who number 2 is. No.
That's true. That is true. He's like they took away the category.
Just joking. Just kidding.
all good fun. Well, vacation rentals. You said you have.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, let's talk about that. And is that what a lot of people are buying? You're helping the buyers buy either a weekend home, because that's me. I have a house on the west end of the island. And I rent it out. So
yeah, that's
let's
what.
Let's talk about that part of the market down here.
Yeah, so that's actually where I started.
Pros and cons.
That's where I started, was in the vacation rental management. So my team partner, and she was my team lead. Now she's stepping out, and I'm the lead for the Texas Property Chick team here in Galveston. So she has a property management company. So that's really what I cut my teeth on, is helping people locate, second home, short-term rental, income-producing property, and all that stuff. So you and everybody, from so many people, are getting into the short-term rental market from other states, coming to Texas because it's affordable. California, we're seeing a lot of people up north, Michigan coming in. And
that's been fun to watch over the last 10, 15 years. I'm like, oh, you too.
Yeah. A lot of people are coming. And there's a lot of, the market's really getting saturated here in the downtown area, or in the midtown, I would say, in the midtown, by the graves that your grandfather dug.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So pros and cons, listen, when I get asked this a lot. Where should I go? Should it be the West End, Beachside, Bayside, or in town? Right. If you can get more bang for your buck in town, and they are very popular for people coming to the festivals, like the Lone Star Rally we just had, last weekend, and Mardi Gras, Dickens on the Strand, all that stuff. People like those in-town houses. You can get more bang for your buck. However, you have to stand out. You have to add something, like a pool in the backyard, some kind of outside oasis. I've seen a pool in just a little 1 bedroom, 1 bath with the pool.
Yeah.
And that thing stays rented because it's, $100 a night.
Because you got something out there.
Yeah. And it's actually above the ground pool that they just kind of put in next to the garage. I mean, it's. Yeah. But you walk out there like, this is cute. You know?
Yeah. It stands out.
Golf car, add something, some kind of. Go. You know what? We have one. Very creative. These 2 women just listed their vacation rental. You know what they have in almost every single room?
What do you got?
Little selfie stations.
No way.
It's the cutest thing ever.
I was going to guess seahorses, but.
No, they have like this little selfie stations all through the house.
Dang.
It's super cute. So add your thing, like add your vibe, your flavor, and just get creative with it.
Love it.
It's neat. It's really cute.
So, you said it's not as there's not as much property available in Galveston proper in Midtown, right?
No, there's plenty of property available. It's just getting saturated. The vacation rental market, because so many people have come in the last couple of years. wanting to get in on the action.
Is it well, compared to like the bay front houses, the beach front houses, and the ones that are here that are, you know, probably, I mean, obviously a lot less expensive, right? Than the big stuff.
Yeah.
Which market is more saturated?
Probably in town.
In town?
In town, and because they're more affordable, right?
Yeah. What are we talking? What's the price point here and what's the price point, you know?
Okay, so like I have a turnkey right now listed, furnished beautifully. It's great. It's a 2.2. It's listed, started at $360. Now we just went down to $338.
Okay.
It's built in 2018. It's
really?
On 53rd. Yeah.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, 53rd. It's great. It's a beautiful house. Has everything that you'd want.
Is that right in the middle of the road compared to, you know, price points around here for what people are doing?
Yeah, so it's going to be in the threes up to like $450. I have another one coming up, $450,
gotcha.
And they're really, really cute, fully furnished with the, you know, the accents and just the HGTV, you know, stuff.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So how many I mean, how many deals a month are you kind of averaging right now, and then maybe compared to last year?
Well, a lot of right now I've got 10 listings, and
that's awesome.
It is awesome, yeah. But you know, the market's slowed down a little bit, so they've been on the market more than 30 days. So yeah, so now, you know, we're just working on buyers. And
how do you handle the friction and the problems for maybe the buyers that wanted to sell faster, or, you know, are the sellers that wanted to sell faster, and then how the buyers are approaching it? Where the pressure points, you know, in the market, and how are you handling them?
Right. Yeah. You just got to keep your ear to the market. Like, put your finger on the pulse, and communicate. Your sellers, they want to hear from you. They want to know, you know, what is going on. What can we do? You know, right now I've been leveraging lenders, buy down points, challenging with vacation rentals, because that you can't, if you're not living in there, you can't do those 2-1 buy downs.
Gotcha.
But there still is some incentives. So, you know, just you know, being realistic with prices, because the prices are coming down. Things are still appraising, but the buyers aren't, you know, aren't paying top dollar.
Do you have a lot of referral business from Houston agents? Or, you know,
I
League
do.
City and just, you know, surrounding, like,
right.
I would imagine you'd be a solid resource, right?
Well,
for them.
Yeah.
Great for them, great for you, great for the consumer.
Absolutely. And likewise, like, I have a lot of other business. I have listings. I have listing in Columbus, Texas, you know, and I'm trying to refer out because it's a drive, you know. I
know. Anthony was telling me you guys are going down there in 48 hours or something like that.
Right, to do
at like 6 a.m.
to do an open house. I'm a grinder. We do it. My husband he's my marketing guy with my signs.
Fishing guy, killing it on TikTok with the fishing videos, and he's gonna go show a house for you. Love it. That is tag teaming for sure.
That's what it's about, right? I mean, you know, we're still fairly young, but we're living like this chill. Like, we donated everything and went tiny and moved to the island and followed our dreams. I mean, that's amazing. We don't have, you know, any kids at home or anything, so, you know, we can kind of do whatever we want. But
that's awesome.
Yeah,
liberating, got the freedom. You guys are obviously super happy, and I love it. And then, so congratulations on that. I want to go back to just the referral business for a second.
Yes.
Because I mean, it's always been one of my favorite things to talk about in the, you know, just the real estate world, you know, and you know, events that I have and conversations that I've had. And some of them are, you know, agents that don't like other agents, right? Because they're like, well, that's my competition. You know, I can't sell them a house. So why would I want to go to a real estate event? And I think there's so much power and so much strategy and, you know, so much business that happens. And I hear it when I talk about agents referring business from over here to over here, and just having like a corner in that part of the city geographically that they can lean on, right? And you would obviously be a solid resource here, and then also you need to, you know, have other connections when you maybe, or like Columbus, if you didn't want to go, you know, like
right
or whatever. So tell people please how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So CynthiaCorder.com. Also on Instagram, TX Property Chick. I'm, the team lead for the Texas Property Chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So CynthiaQuarter.com. I'm on Facebook as well. Texas Property Chick, Cynthia Quarter.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what are you excited about right now? I guess coming up and personally, professionally. I mean, y'all got a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited about this. This was kind of a surprise to be on here. You're just a freaking legend.
I don't know about all that. I'm trying to be that. I'm trying to be.
Listen, you are. Like, I was Googling you. I was like, man, Taylor's just rocking and rolling.
Appreciate that.
and listen, I've heard about you, obviously, with Jpar. I've been with Jpar about a year. And actually, that was kind of a cool whole deal, how he came and just got the office down here in Galveston.
Yeah, I know. I was sidelined and watching the whole thing happen.
Yeah,
and he's like, it's coming, and then
it was neat.
It happened. I'm like, I can't wait to go down there.
And my best friend, it was her brokerage, and she brought me into the business. Actually, I was her personal trainer at the gym, and she was telling me about what she was doing, and I was sitting out there in Tiki Island, just. Mindset, speaking, gratitude goals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Every morning before I went to the gym at the crack of dawn. And I would, real estate was on my list. So I truly believe that was manifested just from writing goals and speaking it out. I love that. It happened. And now here I am 4 years later.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm excited about just developing my team. So
how many people?
So right now I am really just praying it in and doing some more of that manifesting, speaking them in, because right now it's just me and Lynn.
Okay.
And Lynn, she's
and Anthony.
And Anthony's in my and one of the is the transaction coordinator. So she's like the hub. She's phenomenal.
Okay.
And but I'm really I'm the team lead now, so Lynn kind of just, she's Tom Ferry coach, like she's rocking and rolling in other lanes right now, and so I'm really excited about forming this team with purpose. I'm always about empowering women and just making connections, referrals. I don't even know what it all looks like. I have a coach who's working that through with me, so I'm excited because all this numbers, everything I've done, it's been individual. It hasn't been a team. I mean, so I'm excited.
Well, you have the right energy and the vision, and you're doing the right things to to speak it into existence and create your destiny. And I think it's interesting, for me, because I talked to so many agents in the business for 10 plus years and been recruited by every brand under the sun, but every once in a while, I will meet someone just in communication. A lot of my friends in the industry, I'm like, man, if I was gonna go be with someone, it would be that person. And I got that feeling, like just in communication with you, because we're sitting here, on Galveston Island again, near and dear to my heart, and have probably my retirement home already. Bought it for my dad a few years ago in the West End. Love to fish. It's just, I'm down here all the time. And the fact that, to work, and then again, back to Chris, being excited for him and watching Jpar Sears Group pop up in the beautiful strip center right on 61st Street.
Yeah.
I've driven down dozens of times, probably topped 100 over the last 8 years, and I'll just work from anyway, I'll pull into the St. Louis Hotel, and just spend a day on the phone, walking around the seawall, taking calls, and people were like, I used to try to hide it for a minute, and then they're like, wait, is that birds? Where are you? And I'm like,
they hear the seagulls
and then
in
I'm
the
like,
back.
Screw it, I don't give a shit, because I'll tell them, and they're like, oh man, I wish I could be at the Galveston, working today on the water. It's a fun thing. So it is fun. So yeah, again, just proud to watch what you guys are doing. And speaking of y'all, Anthony, tell me about Hook South, or his fishing, his guiding services.
Yeah, so good. So, Anthony has. When we were in Houston, when we were in Houston, we were kind of both going through this transition, and the doctor said, "Listen, you need to quit stressing." because when you're doing business in the concrete jungle, right? It's just natural things, you know, high blood, just stress, right?
Sure.
And he gave Anthony a bad report, and Anthony is like, it ain't happening to me. He was so matter of fact. He looks at me. He's like, I'm going to Galveston, and I'm going to be a fishing captain, right? And I was like, well, I'm going with you.
I love it.
And you know, I thought we were just going to, you know, going to these RV shows at the George R. Brown Convention Center just for fun.
Sure.
Yeah, and learn something about my husband. He doesn't just, you know, do that for fun.
No
he was
smoke and
shopping
mirrors.
for our new home.
Yeah, good for you.
On wheels.
That's the type of things that people talk about one day, never
One
get
day.
there. Or maybe they do. I hope you do. But, you know, maybe just, you know, you don't quite, you just talk about it a lot. You guys just said, I'm going to make it happen.
Did it. It was crazy. Even in Houston, though, when we were downtown, he would still have his boat. He had a boat when we were in the 5th Ward, like Edu, you know?
Yeah.
He drives that thing like a beast. Like, he can park it in. He had it at the storage unit. Like, would have, this is his passion. You know, he was gigging with his dad when he was a kid with the nail on the end of a shovel or a broomstick or something, you know? And so, he came here and he has marketed himself on, just Facebook. His videos are, you've seen it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So it's Hook South Guiding Services, right? Yeah.
HookSouth.com. Yeah.
HookSouth.com.
Yeah.
And then I think I heard you say a second ago you passed 60K on TikTok.
Yeah.
Fishes with a lot of kids between 18 and 31 or 2 or something.
Oh, he's so good with kids. Yeah. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, and so he's sponsored by everybody. Got the flounder boat, like, just has really become a household name here in Galveston, which has been fun.
No, I'm proud to and excited for our trip. Coming soon. Coming soon.
It's hard to get a trip with him.
Well, I figured, leading up to this, I was like, okay, maybe in the studio logistics, I can work in booking a trip, and I haven't landed one just yet. But he's not hurting for business to take people out fishing. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, listen, I do offer trips with my husband, Hook South, for my closing gift. So.
Yeah, there you go. You got to sweeten the pot. It's a good place to do it. Well, before we get out of here, I got a couple more questions for you. What's your dream vacation?
My dream vacation. Yeah. All right, so the Maldives is on my screensaver.
Okay.
I just love warm water, warm blue tiki hut on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about dream car?
My dream car. So I'm pretty predictable. What is that? Is that like do you hear that siren?
Tornado warning? Maybe fire truck?
Not a tornado. I've never heard that before.
Is it going again?
Is it a hurricane? Do you hear that?
We're going to roll through it.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Hey. National Guard's about to come barreling down Broadway.
Giving me some time to think about
We're good. We're in the Hook South studio.
Dream car.
Anyway, yeah, dream car.
My dream car, I'm predictable. I just like the Range Rover, but that's probably not my dream car. I don't know.
So you're happy with it?
Probably a Viper.
Okay.
A Viper that goes real fast.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about your favorite restaurant here on the island? And what do you like to order there?
Favorite restaurant would be, I really like, golly, I don't know. What is my favorite restaurant?
Do you like Benno's on the seawall? They have phenomenal stone crab.
Do they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Guido's. I really like Guido's.
No, it's Benno's.
Yeah,
I love Guido's. Guido's is one of my favorites for sure.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah. I've never been to Benno's.
Yeah, it's on the seawall.
I think they have fried shrimp, right?
What, Benno's?
Yeah.
I get stone crab.
Stone crab. Okay, I gotta try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I catch. Yeah. I'm a big crab, so I usually catch all my stone crab. My parents went to Trulex for somebody. I think my godfather's birthday last Monday, and said it was $38 for one claw. You get a little silver deal. And it's all hot and stuff, but per claw. So I'm just thinking, all right, when I go kill it,
It's saving me $38 a claw.
Hundreds of dollars. I mean, if I get 50 crab, I mean, that's, you know, that's 100.
Gypsy joint, one of my favorites.
Okay.
And Macio's.
Yeah, I like Gypsy joint too.
Yeah, Gypsy joint is phenomenal.
Where did they move to?
Good people. 61st.
Okay, I went to the old location last time I went. I couldn't find them.
Just good people. I love that whole family.
That vibe is ridiculous.
They support, you know, Recovery Chick with, you know, whatever, cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. What's your favorite book or the last book you read?
Yeah, so I love Terry Savelle Foy. She's phenomenal.
Who is she? What
her
kind
name?
Of book? Terry,
so she's Christian. She's a Christian author. She's phenomenal. But she has a book. You know, the 5 things that successful people do before 8 a.m. I'm just rereading that right now. She also has a book called Pep Talk. And I love, you know, I just love Christian, you know, Christian authors. Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite product or brand that you could not live without?
My favorite?
I should ask Anthony first. See if you know. Maybe one of those.
Probably has them on.
Okay. All right. What do you think?
My favorite product or brand I couldn't live without. I don't know. Probably my purse. I could live without it, but I really like it.
Gotcha.
My Louis.
Respect. We don't have to worry about that. You know, some guys do. Whatever. It's all good. I'm not gonna talk trash about it. All right. What about your the best advice you ever got, and who gave it to you?
So the best advice I ever got. A lot of people have spoke into my life since, you know, I became a Christian at the age of 30, but probably was just really trust God in a big way, and that was my pastor, my spiritual mama.
Yeah,
Pastor Tiz. Yeah.
That's a big leap, or you know, faith, and that's deep. Just, you know, I could tell tonality, just the way that you said that. You know, it's how much you're gonna put in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can say it. You know, anybody can talk the talk, right?
Yeah.
But you got to back up your words, your faith, your conviction. So.
Yeah.
You're doing what you're supposed to do with Recovery Chick. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tell people one more time before I get us out of here, how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so CynthiaCorder.com. I'm on all the social media channels, Instagram TX Property Chick, and on Facebook as well. Interested about the ministry if you need help or somebody you know needs help with addiction recovery. RecoveryChick.com, CHICK, RecoveryChick.com. Yeah.
Cynthia, thank you so much for being on. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you for checking out Disruption Nation. Please subscribe or download or follow us on any platform. If you know anybody that you think would be good or is disrupting their space, you know, send a DM. I'm, you know, Taylor Waithofer, very easy to get a hold of, and we'd love to hear from you and potentially have you on the show. And we drop one of these every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. You're awesome. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.